Hi, everyone. Welcome back to PTS. Dan with
And Hudock. Hey, John, how are you?
Good Dan. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
So, recent conversation, salesperson approached me. We were talking about sort of what's coming, what's happening for them that day, that week, some of those kinds of things. And there was that sense that there was going to be a little bit of a lull in activity for her. And she finally just came out and said, "All right, after this one comes through, I think there's going to be a little bit of a lull." And she then said, "I'm sorry." So why are you apologizing? She says, "Well, good salespeople should be able to level those things out and smooth out the activity and therefore the actual production and new clients." And my reaction to her was, "That's a bunch of crap. I don't buy in. I think sales naturally goes in fits and spurts. There are things you can do to reduce the peak and valley and the extremes of that because that can have a big mental impact on a salesperson, but there's some naturalness to it going in fits and spurts, and it's okay. There's a build up, there's a push out, and there's a rebuild sometimes." So talk a little bit about that peak and valley and fits and spurts and bunch of crap and
All
how
that fun stuff.
all that fun
Well,
stuff.
look, here's what happens is we get sales going up and down like this.
Yep.
That's usually where most salespeople go. We should be okay with the up and down, just not flat line. We want it to be up and down going up.
Yes. Yes.
Right. So that makes a difference. And we want those ups and downs, as you mentioned, to be smaller, not big. So why does this happen? Well, here's what goes on. Salesperson gets sales, however they do it.
Yep.
And while they're getting sales, they're busy, busy, busy. So they're not prospecting. They're not getting those first meetings, etc. And then the sales take a dip, and now they have time.
Yep.
And they should be then increasing prospecting. Doesn't always happen, by the way, but it should be. And then the sales go up. So how do we keep those really big ebb and flows from
Yes.
happening and make it smaller? You have to stay consistent with behavior. So in other words, if I need to make 20 calls a week, even when sales are really good, I still make my 20 calls a week. And here's the trick, John. Everybody listening to this has enough time in a day that if they wanted to, they could make 4 or 5 dials. Everybody could
Yep.
because nobody's working 100% of the time for 10 hours. So, but what happens is we use it as an excuse. Oh, sales are up, so I don't need to do my behavior. Oh, contraire. That's actually the best time to do the behavior because you actually feel really good. Hey, sales are up.
Yes.
I'm kicking it,
Yes.
right? So just track your numbers, stay consistent regardless of where sales are going.
One of the big things I've always seen about salespeople, it's true for me. I'm not immune to it. I'm not speaking just as others do, but when sales are going well, we talk about them. We like to tell people about our sales, and we like to make sure everybody knows, even though they really know. And so we spend a lot of time, I think, almost relieving ourselves of, "Hey, it was good, it was successful, let's talk about it." But we go too far typically with that, and it takes us away from that front end activity that ultimately got us to that spot, which is what you're describing.
Yeah, and real quick, the sports analogies, we've all seen this happen. A team jumps out, really has a huge lead over another team, and they let off the acceleration. And
Yep.
what happens? They could lose the game or barely win it. That happens in sales. We make all these sales and we stop doing what got us there.
Yep.
And sometimes that comes back to bite us. So that's the best time to just keep it going when things are going great.
There we go. All right, everybody. See you again tomorrow.